Welcome back, listeners, to Heal Inside and Out. And the last couple of episodes, we have talked about how the virtual world has caused really a lot of disconnection, and how important it truly is to connect in person. I mean, the virtual world has its place without a doubt, but we did talk about that feeling of being in person. But the twist here is, what about the connection we have to ourselves? I want you all to think about that for a second. And Maggie is like, she's like, oh my God, I want to talk. But, the question is, do you feel connected to you, your inner self? And first of all, what does that mean to you? And what are some ways to do this? Or actually want to be doing more of? Because some people are in tune to themselves, but are they consistent? Is it every day? Is it once in a while? Or if you've never really thought about this, how would you want to do this? How would you want to start? So Maggie, I know you're ready. So
yeah, because I'm over here rubbing my hands together. I love this topic. And I love how you said that, Dina, because it's like some people are just beginning to explore it. Some people are very connected with themselves. However, it changes. It evolves, right?
Yes.
So here, we're going to have you, our listeners, imagine something. So close your eyes unless you're driving. And imagine a picture in front of you. On the left side of this picture is all the external stuff that pulls us in multiple directions. It's the dishes piling up in the sink. It's the toys all over the living room floor. It's all of the work expectations. It's all of the laundry piling up around you. It's your family reaching out and needing all the things. That's on the left side. That's the stress side.
Yes.
Now imagine on the right side is more of those internally soothing, relaxing things, the things that center us and ground us. So a woman walking in the woods, a woman getting a massage, laying in the hammock, a person at therapy, a person walking their dog, a person sitting on the dock, simply looking at the water.
Right.
The left side is clearly those things that pull us in all the different directions. The right side pull us in. So how do we disconnect more when we can? Because we can't always, right? How do we disconnect more from that external stimuli and connect more with that internal relationship we have with ourselves, our inner selves? So Dina, what are some ways you do this?
Well, before I say the two things that I love to do, I just want our listeners to realize that, yes, we are talking about this. This could be something we do every single day. We don't need something traumatic in our life to make us do this. But just also imagine if we are going through, let's say, the breast cancer journey, another type of cancer journey, a life-altering situation. We might say, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't look in. How am I going to look in? We can. It's baby steps.
Yes.
I just needed to throw that out there.
I love that.
Because it came to mind as you were talking. But connecting to myself truly, truly grounds me. And it sets the tone for a more positive day for me. Because in the morning, I like to do my exercise. And I have learned not to be so regimented with my exercise plan. Like, for example, if I have a schedule of a certain program I want to do, and it's 4 days a week for 4 to 6 weeks, like I got this thing in my head that I got to do it exactly that way. When in reality, if I go for a walk and every 10 minutes do squats, jumping jacks, side lunges, or whatever, I'm still getting it in. And when I return home and take my shower, it's like I feel like a totally relaxed new person.
I love
And
that
it's-
example.
Yeah, right?
And I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No, go ahead.
that's a brilliant example, Dina, because most people wouldn't necessarily think of exercise as a way to connect with themselves, because exercise is work. Sometimes we dread it, but you are truly taking care of yourself. You're tending to your body's need, which is connecting.
Right.
And so I love that example.
Yeah, because the reason I love that example is because how I feel when I'm done. Yes, you're correct. I might dread it on a certain day because I didn't get enough sleep, or I'm not feeling myself, or my schedule and all of that nonsense, all that external stuff, but when you're done, it's like, I got my workout in. I feel great. I feel more energized. I took my shower. I'm ready for the day. But the biggest one that I truly love, that totally calms me down in almost a split second, is when I go out in the backyard, because I live in Southern Florida. I have a pool in my backyard, and all I have to do is go down 1 or 2 steps of my pool and just sit there with my feet in the water.
I'm picturing it. I'm feeling
it just automatically turns the button to high stress to calm, and my true goal was to live in a condo on the beach where I could just walk out there through the sand to the ocean, but that did not happen. But I have a pool. Water is water.
I love that. And actually the condo on the beach is on my vision board, by the way.
Yeah. I keep
so
looking around
to my condo.
Yes. I keep looking around the house going, do we really need this? Let's go to a condo. No. But Maggie, how does this come up for you? How does this resonate with you? And what do you do?
Well, it's interesting because connecting to myself started as part of my breast cancer journey almost. I mean, it's sad to say, but that is truly what triggered an uber focus on it. Mm-hmm. And it's evolving. It continues to evolve, as we said earlier. And for me, it truly right now is about going inside and listening and learning more about myself, which is like getting from out of my head, and which is all my thinking and doing, and into my heart, which is more about the feeling and the being. And so for me, connecting to myself is right now most often about trying to find ways to get present.
Right.
And your water example is a great example. And what I think about is literally walking outside and looking up at the sky and feeling the sun on my skin. That is instant.
Right.
If I had a pool or was by the ocean, the water thing would be a close second there. But that, and so for me, meditation and journaling also helps me get into the present moment. But while you were talking, I thought of another, and that is, I don't know how many of our listeners have thought about this or maybe explored it and or even doing it. But I used to take for granted the connection with my body. To the point my therapist told me I need to go that route. So I see a somatic body healer that is helping me drop more often into my body, help my body feel safe, and it blows me away how I feel after each of those sessions. And I'm learning about it, but it's truly somatic healing. My understanding of it, it truly is a way to, the language to your body. It's the language the body speaks is sensation. And so that's what we focus on. So anyway, that to me is another thing that I am cherishing right now. And I see her once a month for 90 minutes. And then I also am going to an all-day session with my daughter Susie in December, which I'm excited about to learn more about.
That's so cool.
So that's a huge way to connect for me. Yes. So, and both of our examples are meaningful to us.
Right. So it's really truly finding what works best for you.
And being open to explore. I think that like just exploring what does have an impact with you, what maybe brings you that calm or brings you into the present moment or brings you into your body or whatever you might need to build that relationship with yourself.
Yeah, it's connecting to ourselves is really healing.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to be at a support group last night, and the guest speaker was all about meditation. And there's a specific meditation that she teaches, and she is gifting to this support group how to learn how to do this specific meditation. It just skipped my mind for a minute. It starts with that's it. Transcendental meditation.
Because you told me this morning.
Yes. Yeah. And I knew it started with a T and it just went out of my head here. That's another thing that I know it's a little bit off topic, but it's also looking inward in regard to some of the things that happened to us after our journeys. Okay. And what I mean by that is, with me, from my chemo drugs, my memory, I hate to say it like this, sucks. I can name things sometimes and then it's there and I just can't get it out. So when we look inward, we have to also look at the things that have changed with us and give ourselves the permission and not feel guilty that our healing journey is different now. We have to find and create ways to work through that. So I make lists and all kinds of things. And I know we're a little bit off topic, but it just came to mind as I was trying to get out that word.
Well, no, and I love that you did bring it up, Dina, because if you think about our connection with ourselves, this is a whole nother episode about inner critic and that sort of thing. But to be gracious with ourselves in those moments, treating yourself like you would treat someone else that you have a great connection with. If I was forgetting something, you wouldn't beat me up. No. You would be very supportive and loving about it. And so let's treat ourselves the same way we would treat someone else that we do have a strong connection with, right? So I think it's brilliant. Okay. And very on topic. All right. And it's our podcast. We can go off topic whenever we want. It's our podcast. We can talk about what we want to. Okay.
So true.
Only time you will hear me sing.
Well, I give you credit for singing because I wasn't doing it.
So our ask of our listeners here is to share what came up for you in this episode. Like, what are some meaningful ways that you create connection with yourself or want to create connection with yourself? And you can do that in our Facebook group, Heal Inside and Out. We very much appreciate if you haven't found us there yet, go find the group. That's where we're trying to drive as much conversation about these topics as possible.
Yes, yes. And the key to our interconnection is truly by healing inside and out.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you found value in today's episode.
And remember to share your real and raw insights with us by going to healinsideandout.com, where you can also find additional information and resources.